今年的 Watches Wonders 錶展，只要路过 Roger Dubuis 的展场，很难不被他强大的视觉感吸引，忍不住想走近多看两眼。Roger Dubuis 今年的概念是 Hyper Factory 超级工厂，除了有巨大管状装置进行展演，连饮料区都以机械手臂调制鸡尾酒，超人气的机械狗也超级讨喜。整个展场的布置像是疯狂科学家实现想象力的实验工厂，如实呈现出 Roger Dubuis 今年想传达的概念，让不可能变成没有不可能。
The concept of the booth is to share and to show the hyper life. And what we call hyper life is really the energy and the idea we have in the manufacture and how we like to live, to have freedom, to be a bit crazy and to create very unique product. And that is our philosophy. In fact, in the watch, we continue to be watchmaker and to respect the tradition. And in the manufacture, it's very interesting because you see the machine, very modern machine, very modern factory, but at the end, we finish everything by hand. Every 30 minutes, we have the hyper vortex that creates an hyper vortex and to create a shot of hyper life. And we have a lot of box with a lot of ideas. The idea of the company.
既然展场和概念都这么精彩，表款本身势必也不遑多让。Roger Dubuis 这几年在颜色和夜光上有很多意想不到的新尝试，今年的新作品也延续这个路线，在成果上展现出更多视觉上的惊喜。
It's the Blacklight spin stone. The idea was really to play with two elements, color and luminescence. And for that, we make the choice to have a very big stone, to have a very intense color, because the intensity of the color depends on the side of the stone. And we create this specific baguette cut. We put a lot of innovation because it was very, very important to find the stone. And for that we use synthetic stone because it's the best solution to have the color, to have the design. We make this choice. And it's also very interesting because it's possible to put some luminescent element directly in the stone. And at the end, the effect is very interesting. It's no color is difficult for luminescent because we develop a full rainbow of color with black light, not with superluminova. Superluminova is a bit more challenging to have all the color. And the challenge is all the time to play with superluminova and with UV painting to have a good effect during the night and with UV. But in fact, nothing is possible. It's just a question of motivation. We really think the future is linked to the color. It's not only a trend. A few years ago, we started with black watches in watchmaking, but not only a trend. It's really an evolution of the market, evolution of the need of the client, and this is our job to shake a bit the rules on the tradition of watchmaking. And it was the vision of Mr. Dubuis himself, and we want to continue with that. A good example is the concept watch we launched this year. It's a lot of innovation, technical innovation inside the movement, but also outside, with this case in red MCF. Red and pink gold. It's not really usual in watchmaking industry because it's challenging to mix these two colors together. 4 years ago, the MCF, it's a composite we developed internally. And this year we add some pigment, red pigment, to have this product. It's a mix. You have one kind of glue, and we put with one kind of fabric. It's like a carbon, but the glue is red, and the carbon is not. The carbon is white. And after you put both together.
But you can create more colors with this material.
It was the idea. We start by white because the white is the most challenging color, and after we move to the red, and we have plenty of ideas. For sure, It's just the beginning for the color.
近期的表界掀起了一股经典重现的风潮，几位制表大师的作品接连在调整设计之后重新推出。那么，身为制表大师 Roger Dubuis 的品牌，是不是也有可能将早期 Roger Dubuis 大师的作品复刻出来，再重新沟通呢？
Absolutely not. The philosophy of the brand is to continue to evolve in terms of design. We like to say we create modern watch, but the modernity of yesterday is not the modernity of today. On that was to increase. We don't have the vision of vintage watch. We don't want to create re-edition of old product. It is not in our philosophy. And it is absolutely not in our plan to create vintage product. If you want vintage Roger Dubuis, go to second-hand market today. And we know some clients prefer the old one. Some clients prefer the new one, but for us it's very important to continue to go in this direction. For me it's all the time the same, it's to continue to surprise you every day. And to continue to create very modern watches, very modern interpretation of traditional watchmaking. On that it's very, very hard, because with the vintage model it's very easy. You make a re-edition of old product. When you create every day, you try to create a new trend, you take all the time big risk, because sometimes that works and sometimes that don't work. On that, it's the biggest challenge for the future.